Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eleanor and today, a little bit late, is my December 2020 wrap up. I just kind of realised I hadn't actually done this video. This is going up a bit later. This is the first time ever I've missed a Wednesday upload. I did a whole year on BookTube, my first whole year, and I never missed a single Wednesday. And then I kind of burnt myself out doing all the end of year content that you do and going back to work and lockdown number 3 in Scotland, so this is not going up on Wednesday. But anyway, the first book I read in December and completed was Gravesite by Charlene Harris. I can't even tell you what number of reread this is for me. I reread this series constantly, and I think there's a video on my channel, I'll leave it linked below, where I reread this in early 2020 as well, and I think I did a video on it, or just a video in general about rereading. I love rereading this. I'm probably just going to continue on with the other 3 books in the series as well. It's such a comfort series to me. I fly through it and it's just great. You're following Harper Connolly, who was struck by lightning when she was in her teens and now has the ability to sense and find dead people, and when she finds their dead body she can tell you how they died. So she's a kind of freelance investigator, body finder kind of person. So she's hired by individual people or small towns throughout America, and she helps locate missing people and helps in investigations, and lots of problems ensue. But I love her and her partner that she travels with. I love their relationship and their dynamic, and it's just a big comfort read. I really enjoy Charlene Harris for that. She's just a great kind of warm writer, even when she's writing about murder mysteries. The next book I read in December, these aren't in order by the way, was The Hogfather by Terry Pratchett. I reread this every Christmas because I don't like fluffy Christmas books, and I never have. But this is like the only Christmassy themed book I've ever read, and I love it. It's so ridiculous, true Terry Pratchett fashion. It's got assassins, wizards, tooth fairies, just all sorts of crazy things. The granddaughter of death, and shenanigans ensue when this world's Hogfather, instead of Father Christmas, goes missing, and they're tasked with trying to work out why he's missing and what that does for the world. Because if the Hogfather's missing, the sun doesn't come up. So in this world it's just kooky and crazy and full of magic and weirdness, and I love reading this every Christmas because it has just such a Christmas feel to it, even though it's still a kind of fantasy, which is what I want. I wouldn't ever read like just a contemporary kind of Christmas fluffy book. Fine if you do, I just wouldn't myself. And the next book I read was The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This is the 3rd and final book in the Winter Night trilogy. I am so annoyed with myself that I waited so long to pick up the 3rd and final instalment in this trilogy. I read the first 2 books ages and ages ago, but I waited so long to pick up this 3rd one, and I don't know why. It was fantastic, a brilliant conclusion to the trilogy. I think I rated all 3 of these books 5 stars. I loved them so much. They're so good. I can't tell you too much about this book because it's the 3rd and concluding novel in the trilogy, but you're following Vasya from a young girl into a young woman as she discovers that she has magic, and it's set in like medieval Russia, right when there's a conflict between religion and their old kind of beliefs and like folktales and things like that, and it's just packed with so much historic like Russian kind of fairy tales and beliefs, and it's just so magical. I love the setting of this world. I've not really read many. I think this is the first books I picked up set in Russia, even if they are in a historical context, and fantastical. And it's just such an interesting culture and has such an interesting history, and I really enjoyed it. Most of these books are set in the depths of winter as well, and you feel physically cold while reading these books. They send a chill down your spine, and I think maybe I was just waiting for winter to read them, but it's excellent. I would highly, highly, highly recommend this trilogy if you're wanting a strong woman who comes up across so many hardships and makes many hard decisions, and she makes mistakes, but she's just got such a great character, and yeah, yeah, it's just brilliant. I can't even find the words. I'll leave my review videos of each of these books in the description if you're wanting more information about what I thought of the series. And the next two books I read are kind of part of a team. So I read Inkheart and Inkspell by Cornelia Funk, and this is part of a buddy read I was doing / am doing with Kayla from Reading Cloud and Faye from Books and Chocoholic. I believe Kayla tried reading Inkheart, got halfway through and DNF'd it. She just couldn't mesh with the writing style. So she has since put Inkheart down. She might come back to it later, she might not. She tried. Bit sad that she didn't like it, but not every book is for every person, and I'm not offended by that. But Faye and I have gone on to continue reading the trilogy. I believe Faye has definitely finished the trilogy because she's a much quicker reader than I am, and I've just finished these two by the end of December. I'm currently a third of the way through the third book in the trilogy, Ink Death, and I'm really enjoying this reread. I first read this trilogy, I don't even know, but this is the first time I've reread it in 10 years, and I've remembered a lot about the first book, but I've really forgotten a lot about the subsequent books. So these were the two I read in December. How to describe these? You're following a young girl called Maggie, and her and her father Mo live in Italy. Her father's a bookbinder, and there's just this magical ability that Mo has, and her mother's missing, and it's about books and storytelling and about other worlds, and it's magic. I don't even think I can say much more because it such spoilers. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this reread. So yeah, that's all the books I read in December. It looks impressive, but 4 of them were rereads. So I don't know if that counts for much because I read books again much quicker the second time, or 5th or 6th or 7th time. I read them much quicker. So maybe it's not that impressive. I only read one new book. It's back down in the middle. But I did greatly love everything I read in December. Yeah, just looking at my bullet journal here, I'm about to show you. I gave every book I read in December 5 stars, which pretty excellent. If you've watched my bullet journal flip through video / planning video for 2021, you'll have already seen this, but I always just show you my spread for the month. So all the books, gave them all 5 stars, and I only didn't read one day this month in December. So go me, I did really well. So yeah, that's all I read in December 2020, and I think this is the last 2020 kind of wrap-up-ish video I'll have going up on my channel. Everything else is just kind of new for the year. So I encourage you to check out my channel goals and reading plans video. I'll leave it linked in the cards and in the description if you're wanting to know what plans I have for 2021. But that's it. That's everything I read in December. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to leave any comments down below about any of the books I've read. I'd love to have a chat with you about them. Be sure to like this video as well and subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.